Retail moves fast. As a supervisor, you are juggling all the time with customers, inventory, staffing, and promos. What if I say AI can quietly sit in the background and help you relieve some pressure? Let me show you with three real world use cases. Hello and welcome to AI for All Global. I am Prabhat. On this channel, we'll look at real world Gen AI use cases and how to actually apply them at work. If you supervise sales associates or a whole store or just want to see how AI fits into a day to day retail job, this episode is for you. We will take three everyday supervisor problems and solve each one with the help of AI. By the end, you will have practical examples you can copy, adapt for your own store, and share with your team. Quick ground rules. We will use ChatGPT as the AI of our choice, but the patterns you will see here will work on most modern AI tools. You can treat these prompts like templates and swap it with your own products, brands, and metrics. Alright, let's jump into use case 1. Our first use case targets the luxury client outreach challenge. You are a senior client advisor at a luxury boutique center, Akanksha. You are tasked to prepare a mini lookbook and outreach templates to convert high value clients into appointments. The task is simple, but the stakes are high. You need to choose one 2025 resort collection from a popular brand, assemble 4 to 6 style looks, and write 2 outreach templates aligned to the tone and clientele of Akanksha. The templates will be used by new members in your team to do the outreach. The challenge. Where this usually goes wrong is in the narrative. If you just copy looks from a website, you end up with a random set of outfits that don't speak to a specific client or occasion. If the outreach copy is generic, customers either ignore it or feel it could have gone to anyone, isn't it? And if the call to action is not clear, you don't get bookings, you just get compliments. We want every message to gently move the client towards an appointment. The naive approach. A typical first attempt of someone wanting to use AI looks something like this. Make a lookbook and outreach for the collection. AI will give you something, but it won't know which customer you are targeting, what tone fits your boutique, and or how many looks you need per slide. It also won't know what a good outreach message looks like for your brand. Is it formal, warm, playful, minimal? That's where we need more structure in the prompt. Let's look at a step by step fixage. To fix the naive prompt, we wrap the whole thing in a 7-beat structure. For this use case, we set the role as a luxury client advisor, which you are. We give context about India based clients, the 2025 resort collection, and the need to support new team members. We define the task, build a 4 to 6 look slide deck and reusable outreach templates. We spell out the deliverables, one mini lookbook plus one email and one SMS template. We also add some requirements on brand tone, clear call to action, and so on. We include a tip for the sources, the official lookbooks, and we define steps. First extract looks, then group them, then write outreach. Once this is clear, AI can behave like a junior yet informed stylist following your instructions. So, let's have a look at the refined prompt that uses all 7 beats. We move to our second screen. The refined prompt tells AI exact information it needs, the role, the context, the task, the deliverables, the requirements, and the source. Let's look at it. This is our real world AI workflow. It's by occupation uh, database where we have kept 25 plus real use cases. I hope this is big enough for most of you. I think this is good enough size. So let's look at our respective use case. First line supervisors of retail sales worker. This is what we are looking at, and here is our first use case, and it has all the ingredients that we talked about: the role, the task, and other information that we talked about. Let's have a run. Here we execute it. It might take some time because these kind of prompts are quite extensive. It usually take a moment before this can get completed. In certain cases, it may run for 5-6 minutes as well. So let's wait. Okay, so our result is here now. It looks nice. It has picked up one collection, and it took about 1 minute 12 seconds to do the planning, and all the steps will not go into it how it did, but it's very interesting to have a look at it, how it does, and what kind of things it looks at. Okay, so let's look at our file. Here reach, let's see what it has. Okay, Akanksha Ula Johnson, and we got 5 pages. The way we wanted: sunrise florals, breezy arrival look for beachside brunch, and floral chiffon midi dress with soft ruffles and waist tie, neutral leather sandals, and a small woven crossby, and so on. And it also gives the idea that when can you use it. And there's a placeholder for the image because if you do not know, it did not have ability to bring the pictures directly into PDF or any document, because it could also be copyright infringement. So that's a good thing to honor these things. What you see is there are some special characters. These things are sometimes irritating. If you make use of those thinking models, they spend all these times, and usually if you use them, then you don't see these kind of characters. That's one tip. And another thing is, if you want to do some changes, which in most of the cases you need to do a little bit here and there tweaking, then you can also ask for having a PPT in place of having a PDF. So that's how you get the document. Then we look at the template, because we had also asked to create a Word template. We are talking about some juniors who are in the company, and we need to create a template that they can make use of it. Let's see, what do we have here? Email outreach template. There are some example subject lines, and then you see a template, and inside the template you would also see some of the placeholders where you allow them to add their own touch to it, and also see for all the places you see name and location and many other things are there as placeholder. Another interesting thing is text message outreach template, which we had also asked for. So you get a ready-made outcome in the way you wanted. You can play around with it. You can add some additional constraint. You can add some additional features, and then you get a very good outcome. So to summarize, from a structure prompt, we produced a client-facing lookbook, an outreach template your associates can personalize and start using today. Nice. With that, let's move to use case 2. The use case 2 is about people decisions. You are a salaried manager at a high volume grocery store. You need to select a replacement for the overnight hourly manager using an evaluation spreadsheet. In this case, you have a workbook that includes multiple signals about the employee: attendance history, productivity metrics, supervisor ratings, and interview notes. You have been told to prioritize leadership potential and adaptability and to treat productivity as among the lowest priority factors. The end deliverable is a short paragraph, 5 to 7 sentences, explaining who you choose and why the chosen person is the best fit for overnight leadership. The challenge: in many stores, the loudest or fastest person gets promoted. But for overnight leadership, you need steady judgment, reliability, and coaching skills. Unfortunately, the loudest and fastest person has many more places the data points as well. So the challenge is to avoid overweighing productivity. Pull real insights from qualitative comments and interviews and capture the reasoning in a way you can share with your store manager or HR. If you simply ask AI to pick the highest performer, it will almost always choose the fastest or the highest score in one column. That ignores things like attendance warnings, peer feedback, or notes about how someone behaves under pressure. We need evidence based reasoning. But how do we do that? Here's how we guide the model to behave like a thoughtful manager. We define the role as someone making a promotion case, not just crunching numbers. We give context: overnight shifts, responsibility for store standards and safety, and the need for stable leadership qualities. We set the task and deliverable, one clear memo. Under requirements, we explicitly say leadership and adaptability are top priority. Attendance must meet a baseline and productivity is used only as a tiebreaker. We point the model to the source spreadsheet, and in the steps we ask it to identify strengths, compare top candidates, make a recommendation, and briefly note risks and mitigation. Let's have a look at the refined prompt and the magic it does. Okay, we are back to our real world AI web page, and we are looking at overnight manager selection, and this is the prompt. There's also evaluation stocking, and don't worry about these prompts availability, and you don't need to remember it as long as you remember the framework of how to build the strong prompts, and we will make available these prompts to you for any exploration. But meanwhile, just have a look at the spreadsheet and see what. Okay, we have this Excel sheet open now, and it has a lot of information about evaluation. We got the employee name. We got a lot of information, attendance points, and some notes of it. Then there's attendance data. Then there's this CPH data, which is like per hour cases per hour data. So there's a lot of things about this evaluation. Let's get rid of it. We have the file, we have the prompt. Let's execute it. Let me come here. We put the prompt and we provide it the sheet. Let's execute it. It will probably take a moment. So what I'm gonna do is I will pause the video and we'll circle back. Okay, so we have our outcome coming, and it says that I would select Sophia K. Wright. Sophia's productivity is comfortably above the store's goal, but more importantly, she combines that with solid attendance and a clear interest in growing beyond her current position. Compared to other high performers, she demonstrates both a strong teamwork and proactive development. So it looks the way we wanted. With all the information, we can also have a quick look at what was our the performance. Let's have a look very quickly and see if it fits. We see a Sophia K right here. It's on the left, and she has KSH per hour 94, so it's somewhere in the middle. It's there are much more high performing ones, and then attendance points is okay too. It's on the lower side. See, her evaluation is exceeds, and if you look at her notes, it says works well with others, learning about other aspects of manager's job. So this looks about right. Perhaps this need to be better evaluation, better comparison, but it gives a very good outcome. So with that, we jump to the conclusion. How we did this outcome, and that is we used AI to help us interpret the spreadsheet the way a good manager would. Right? That's the crux of this use case. Uh, the same pattern works for any role where you have mixed data, numbers, plus comments, and need a short, well reasoned recommendation. Basically, not just doing a calculation but reasoning. That's where these kind of approaches are very, very apt. And moreover, if number of employees are more or the data is much more complicated, sometimes spotting it directly is not that trivial. Uh, and if you have employees working for longer period, for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, then there could be a bad patch for someone in last 3 months or 6 months, and that might create an impression that that person is not the better fit. So all those situations are there that makes AI wonderful to figure out such solutions very easily. Of course, you need human oversight, but it helps. Okay, so with that, let's move to our next use case, and that is our final use case. We will look at a seasonal peak planning at retail stores. Okay, so consider you are a retail sales manager in Pune leading a Diwali festival event. And the same case could be you are a retail sales manager somewhere sitting in Florida for Black Friday, okay, or somewhere else for something else, right? So this use case can be easily adapted there. It's one of the busiest weeks of the year, and your store's performance during this period really matters. And we want to use AI to turn targets and promo details into an 8-week preparation plan and a launch deck your team can use on Dhanteras and throughout the Diwali week. Okay. So we need a plan, basically, an overarching plan and a more detailed one, which the team can follow. So that's the expectation out of this use case. In this scenario, you have two key reference documents. One with last year versus this year's target. So how much we earned last year and how much we want to learn this year. And another with marketing emails and offer details. So your job is to build a clear 8-week roadmap that gets the store ready, and a concise launch deck the team sees on Dhanteras morning and throughout the week. Both outputs need to be practical, something store leadership and frontline associates can actually follow. The challenge? Most peak plans live in long emails. Associates need one page per week. They do not need a very long list that they cannot follow, and a clear daily rhythm during Diwali week. So the naive prompt. Vague prompts like make a Diwali plan and deck produces vague plans. Okay, the prompt is vague, so the plan is also vague. What we really need is strategic objectives tied to the actual targets. A week by week build up with owners and checkpoints, and a launch deck that calls out goals, promos, top SKUs, and daily cadence in plain language. Again, we use our favorite 7-beat structure to get a useful plan. We define the role as the sales manager accountable for results. We give context about the city, the festival, the timing, and importance. We set deliverables as two things: a structured plan and a slide outline. Under requirements, we demand specific sections, strategic objectives aligned to the target document, week by week, tactical bullets from week -8 to week -1. A Diwali week cadence broken into open, midday, and close. We add sources by referencing the target and promo documents and define steps. Understand goals first, then build the plan, then mirror it into the deck outline. Ooh, it's a lot to consume, isn't it? Never mind, I'll make it easier for you. So let's look at the final refined prompt, and that shall give us a better view. Okay, so we move to the other screen here, and we get back to our Diwali run-up prompt. And before we look at the prompt, let's have a look at quickly look at the input documents that we're gonna use. And the first one is about previous period result and current target. So there's some sales revenue, there's number of customers, new customers last period, and the expected one this year. Revenue share 26%, 30%, stock movement 52%, 60%. So some information there. Then let's look at marketing email and what it says. Diwali promotion. Hi team, the Diwali offer lineup is now logged. So there's also the information about which all deals are available to us, and based on those deals we need to create a plan overall. So these are the offerings that our marketing team has come up with that we can use during Diwali. 50% off on 2024 40 inches 4K smart TV, 10,000 off when customers spend over 100K, and so on. Okay, so all this information is available. Now we need to turn that high over information into a deck for the team, and also a workable plan. Okay, now looking at this prompt, in fact, before we look, let's trigger it because it takes time to execute. So let's first trigger it. We put the prompt here, and let me get you the input files, and that is where you, yeah, I see it, the two files, Diwali 2024 versus 2025 targets and Diwali marketing events. Let's trigger it, let it run. And by the time it runs, let's have a look at the prompt. So we got the role here. It is this date. The store you manage is located in Pune. Reference materials are attached. Clear. You have been tasked to create a clear 8-week preparation plan leading up to Diwali week. And then what does it entail? What should be part of this plan? That all requirements are kept here, including that it should be a PDF. You will also prepare a Diwali sales week team launch deck. So this deck will be presented as an instructional document to the team on Dhanteras morning throughout Dhanteras day for team members. So this is really on during the day 2-3 days period when the sales is very high. The deck should remind team members of performance goals and consistency and other things. Okay, and then it tries to showcase the urgency that this event is critical to the performance of your team, and so. And then you see this AI is doing a lot of things. It's trying to find a lot of information and doing something. It will take some time, so I'll pause the video and I'll circle back. Okay, so the result has come, and I see, let's close this one. It does a lot of activity. Close it, and then it's giving me some warning on older files have expired. So it's talking about the files that we uploaded earlier, which is fine. and then it has come up with a preparation plan. And let's see, it has some information and a document. I already clicked on the link, so the document is here. Let's open it. Okay, I'll make it a bit bigger for you. Okay, hope it's visible. Okay, Diwali 2025 8-week store preparation plan. What you see here, it's some of the text is not wrapped. So that's a learning. You need to give that guidance as part of the delivery guidance, wherein we are putting the task. We shall also say that this document should wrap text to fit in portrait format. Then it gets it nicer. There's still some special characters which I said to you, if you run it in thinking model and give more time, because this itself took around 5 minutes. It gave thinking time for about 2 minutes, and then analysis was for next 3 minutes or 4 minutes. But if you run it through a proper thinking model, then it will likely take 8 to 9 minutes, such kind of prompts. So let's see the outcome. First, it tries to set up the what success looks like, and just scanning the outcome looks in line with what we had kept there. Especially, it has used these special symbols where we had some specific icons. For example, rupee symbol that we had. And it also tells you something very interesting about AI and the capabilities of AI, that often the time it is trained with Western data. So sometimes if you see these kind of information like rupee symbol that we used in our example may not be easily transferable or used in this output. That could, and I'm guessing, I don't know for sure. Okay, and then let's look at the outcome. 8-week operational preparation timeline. Week one, that is T-8. So that's the kickoff insights and target alignment. You see it. It seems overall the way we expected. Review things, set a store level, department and team targets, conduct kickoff huddle, confirm Dhanteras and Diwali weekend hours, assign work stream, start high level demand planning. Then in the subsequent week, it goes to a log Diwali focus assortment, and so on. Okay, it goes week by week, the way we wanted. So it's a very good start. We could also say that give me in a PowerPoint or give me in an Excel sheet if you wanna see that. We'll be adjusting this plan a little bit. That could be the case. The second one was more for the day of Dhanteras. We wanted to have a document that can be used, and this is the download the Diwali sales week team launch deck. So this is the deck that will be given to the leadership as well as the team on the day of Dhanteras. That welcome to our most important sales week of 2025. Our goal is to deliver an outstanding XYZ and why Diwali week matters. Then it talks about the special trading and the volume and those kind of things. Then it talks about performance goals. So it took the information that we had given there, and your daily focus metrics. Then it comes to highlight that what is needed from each one of us. Then our customer promise for Diwali, warm Diwali welcome for every customer, and so on. So that's nice, looks interesting. Promotion overview, and again I need to do a bit of zoom for everyone to have it visible. Doorbusters, and then spend and save. So it's a nice flyer kind of thing that is for all the employees on the day of Dhanteras when these doorbusters are starting. So this will be something in hand of every employee that they will follow. To wrap this huge case, we turned raw targets and promo information into two practical assets: a forward looking plan and a daily playbook. You can reuse the same structure for other festivals and peak events. Black Friday, Christmas, Eid, regional sales events, just swap the dates and goals perhaps location, some specific requirements, some boundaries, some specific sources, and you can still follow the same template. So, to sum it up, we converted three common supervisor problems into repeatable AI patterns. Not magic, just better instructions, and then you got some of the tasks done that takes a lot of time for you to create. A couple of important reminders: protect customer and employee privacy. Never paste sensitive data into tools you don't control. And always review the output with your own judgment before sharing and acting on it. And let me repeat, always review the output with your own judgment before sharing or acting on it. AI is wonderful, but it drafts. It's always you who decide. It's your business which is accountable. These workflows aren't here to replace supervisors. It's also a myth a lot of people in a lot of industries see, but I don't see it that way. These workflows aren't here to replace you. They are here to reduce admin work, make expectations clear, and free you and your team to spend more time with customers. If this episode helped you think about AI as a practical teammate in retail, consider subscribing and sharing it with another supervisor or manager. You will find the full 7-beat prompt pattern example wordings in the description. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you.